Hello, everybody. It's Tracy from Kangoo Club Kicks, and this is another episode of What Has Changed Your Life. And today we are going to talk to Amy, who is going to tell us how Kangoo Jumps changed her life. She found Kangoo Jumps 3 years ago, and she's a sign language interpreter and north of the city. And we're going to talk to her today about how Kangoo Jumps changed her life. So welcome, Amy. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate your time. And tell me, how did you find Kangoo Jumps rebound boots?
Thank you. Hi, and great to be here. I started about 3 years ago. A friend of mine actually said, come on to this place out in Barrie, and tried it. And I knew right from the first class that I loved it. I have zero coordination, but that's okay with Kangoo Jumps. Like, you can just kind of just hop around and as if you're doing the class, and then you kind of catch up as you go. And I just absolutely loved it right from the get-go. And I knew that this is something that I wanted to continue doing in my workout routine.
Now, how quickly did you buy the boots?
Well, I did rent them for a while just because I obviously had to save up for them. So I'm just like, oh, I can't. I would have bought them like that, but my motherly instinct kicked in, and I did the proper way of doing it. So anyways, I did buy them, I think it was about 1.5 years ago. So yeah, 1.5 years and a bit into it. So
1.5 years, yeah. And so what about the boots have changed your life? What do you think it is about them that has improved things for you?
So for me, I always find different ways to exercise. So I quite often get bored of the same routine again and again. And these boots just, I don't know, like, they're so fun. So I did a bunch of classes and stuff like that. And when I bought them, I started jogging, and I'm not a jogger at all. And now it's like, okay, is it 4 o'clock? Okay, is it warmer than 5 degrees? I need to get out. I need to go for a run. It's so much fun. Like, just I've always been one to walk and stuff like that, and now I'm like, no, I need to go. I need something quicker. And like, there's no impact, no nothing. Like, it's incredible. Like, the only negative thing about it is that I have to walk around with, or run around with, a business card. So everyone's like, what are those? What are those?
What are those?
I'm like, Kangoo boots, here you go. And I keep running because I don't have time to stop and chat. I just want to go and hear the workout.
You just scan them out as you're going by. Here you go.
So true. Like, here you go. Here's my contact. Yeah, but it's.
Oh, I think we lost our connection almost. Did we lose our connection? Oh, there we are. Yep. We're back. We're back. We aren't frozen anymore. Yeah. Well, the thing about the running, I don't know. I used to run with the Kangoo Jumps as well. I haven't run in a while because I've been teaching, 4 or 5 classes a week. So I haven't been able to fit it in. But do you find when you're running, do you find that you stand up straighter?
Oh my gosh, honestly, it's like I'm walking on clouds. And people have seen me around here, obviously, and they're just like, you're just so graceful when you run. And I'm like, honestly, I feel graceful. Like, it's just, it's so nice. You feel light. Like, it's amazing.
You do. And there's no pain. That's the best part.
Yeah.
When you're doing some exercise, like when I used to run long distance years ago, I would feel pain in my knees. I would always be injured. Always injured when I was training for a half marathon or for 5K. Most of the time I was doing 5 and 10Ks back then. And, but I would be injured. My hip my trigger points. Do you find with the Kangoo Jumps that you are not injured or have had an injury with these boots?
No, not at all. I have sciatica issues as well. So this helps tremendously. Like, I mean, there's no impact with it, right? So I'm stiff for sure, but I mean, like, I'm not sore by any means. And I go out like a couple days consecutively in a row, and it's great. I do my stretches and all that kind of stuff as well, but I feel like it's a full body workout. Like, I come home and my face is just like purple. And I'm just like, yeah, I just want to keep going.
I know. And they're fun. You get in them. Now, people don't know what Kangoo Jumps are, and they're probably going, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
I just got a pair.
Oh, perfect.
I don't have heels. I have Kangoo Jumps. Okay,
yes,
so these are what they look like, everyone. And they have a spring here. So when we're talking about decreasing the impact, this is what we're talking about. So this shell here and this shell down here, they squish together when you move in the boot, when you jump in the boot. So they squish together, and that's what takes the impact out of your joints. So this saves your knees, your hips, your back. I have a lot of clients that have back issues and knee issues and things like that. And I'll tell you, this is the only thing that they can do to exercise, which is awesome because they don't have any pain. And that's the biggest thing I think people don't realize with these boots is how little, like you're not in any pain at the next day after you exercise, which is huge for people, right? Yeah, absolutely. So what other things do you feel like you're, in terms of cross training, because you were saying earlier that you do other things as well, do you find that this has helped you with your cross training of your exercise?
Yes, like in terms of balance and stability and core even, right? Like I feel the Kangoo boots are a full body workout as well. Like it's just, it gives me the motivation to keep going, and it's a nice balance between the two, and no pun intended. But like, I don't know, like I do some of the online classes and I go outside when I can. Like it's just, it's been amazing. I found that fun back again in fitness, which is nice.
Which is really important too, because fitness isn't something that you do just for today or next week. It's lifelong.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I feel like we have a choice in how we age. So if you find something that you love, whether it's Kangoo Jumps or whether it's, Zumba or HIIT or whatever it is that floats everyone's boat, that's up to them. But if you don't find that early, it gets really hard as you get older to incorporate exercise into your life.
Yeah.
When you haven't done it for like ever, right?
Agreed.
And then when you get to be 70, 60, 70, 80, you see that decline in people's ability when they haven't been active their whole life.
Yeah.
And I know for myself, I've seen, with my parents and things like that, unfortunately, they were never active in their life. So now my dad, he sits in front of the TV most of the time. And I'm like, nope, that's not going to happen. No way is that.
That's not going to be me.
It's not going to happen to me. So I feel like there's a choice in how we age. And I feel like, and yeah, as we get older, I don't know how old you are, but I'm pushing 50. And things, don't work the same as when we were 20.
Yes, you've got 10 years on me. So, but yes, like I totally agree. I actually had somebody the other day say to me, "You're lucky that you really enjoy exercising." Like I just got a really big tire, so to do HIIT classes and stuff, and to lift and whatever, right? So again, something that I'm so excited to use, and just so I can start flipping it again. And she's like, "You are so lucky that you enjoy working out, because I don't." And I'm like, I have the boots here. You can try the boots. I have the tire. Like just different options, right? To keep it fun, keep it motivating and stuff. So.
Oh yeah. And that's the thing. Once you find what you love, it's not work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
It's so like you put them on and you smile.
Yeah. It's so true.
It's automatic, and people are like, really? Really? Yeah. I'm like, yes, you put them on and it's like, woo! And it also, I'm short. I'm only 5'3". So when I put them on, it gives me height.
And when I first got my boots, I had them on. Like I don't have high enough ceilings to actually do stuff in my house, so I have to do it at work, which is fine. But I was cooking in them, and I'm like, oh, I'm bouncing. It was so fun. It's like, oh, I can just reach this like that, no problem.
No problem.
Yeah.
Like the minute you put them on, do you find that all of a sudden your core is engaged, your legs are engaged, your quads, your back, everything is just like all of a sudden, it's even when you're not bouncing.
Yep, for sure. For sure. You have to, that's where the balance comes in as well. Like I've had some friends and family try the boots on, and they couldn't even walk. I'm like, just try to ground yourself, like try to stabilize yourself really, and use every single muscle in your body, because that's what you got to do.
That's right.
And it's true. It's not easy the first time, but once you get used to it, I love it.
It's so much fun. Now your classes are song by song that you go to?
Yes.
They go song by song.
And then there was also the strong one as well. Kangoo Strong as well. So like using weights and all that stuff as well.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
See, the
Yeah.
thing about Kangoo Jumps is there's different programs for people that don't know. So there's Kangoo Power, which is kind of like a HIIT workout. It's very high intensity, and then you have your anaerobic and aerobic states in that workout. So that's Kangoo Power. And Kangoo Dance is more of a steady state, steady heart rate, I should say. And that's more dancey, more flowy, that kind of thing. So if you're, into that, that's Kangoo Dance. Kangoo Boot Camp is exactly that. It's a boot camp style in the boots. You can be outside. You can grab a bench, do push-ups, do tricep dips. You can do suicides in them. All kinds of different options in the boots. And I have not seen Kangoo Strong, but
so it's the boot camp and power combined.
Power combined. Yes. Okay, because I was sorry. That's okay. And the other option we have too is Kangoo Kick and Punch. So that's more of your MMA style. We're jabbing, we're doing front kicks, side kicks, back kicks. We don't do a lot of roundhouses, but those are all the options we have in the Kangoo family of different types of classes for anyone that's interested. You can also go to my website at www.kangooclubkicks.ca. Unfortunately, my classes are online, but there are still some instructors because I know Amy goes to Barrie. So there are options for people still. Hopefully we're not in lockdown. I don't want to go lockdown, but we might be on lockdown. So there are tons of options out there. So reach out to me, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram if anybody's interested in the Kangoo Jumps. And so the other thing, Amy, is we haven't touched on is one of the things I found with Kangoo Jumps rebound boots, it's also really good for weight loss. It really trims down your legs and trims everything down. Did you find that when you started using the boots as well?
I had to change my diet in order for that to happen as well. It doesn't always happen just with, for me, cardio.
Mm-hmm.
So once I've incorporated a good diet, but I also found that once I started enjoying doing this, like the Kangoo boots and stuff, the Kangoo Jumps, it motivated me more to want to eat healthier. So yeah, like it works hand in hand for sure. And
absolutely,
yes, I have definitely lost.
Yeah, no, I find that I'm the same. I unfortunately decided to eat my way through the first wave of COVID.
A lot of people did, and I'm like, nope, I'm the opposite. It's harder to undo things than to, obviously, but.
Well, working at the hospital, I found at the beginning of COVID very stressful. So I totally agree with what you're saying in the fact that nutrition and the exercise have to go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And I know for myself, I ended up, going back on Weight Watchers and things like that to relearn how to eat properly and not eat my way through the second wave of COVID.
Right. And it's a lot of stressful eating too, right? And boredom and all that kind of stuff. Like, fortunately, I'm still working. I work at a long-term care facility. So we're still working a lot. And it's, for me, again, it's the balance, right? Like, I'm very stressed at work. I look forward to, is it 4 o'clock? I need to go for a run or something, right? Like, I mean, just absolutely love it. So yeah, it's again, all about the balance for sure.
And it's also good for your mindset as well, right? When we're that stressed, you in the long-term care facility, me at the hospital, my stress level went from here to like, boom. Yes. During the first wave of COVID. Yes. I think I'm handling it better this time around. I don't know about you.
But it's stressful.
But it's very stressful, right? Because it's always sitting in your mind. Yep. And the Kangoo Jumps is a great way to relieve that stress for the mindset, for sure.
Yes.
I think a lot of us healthcare workers would be losing our minds if we didn't have an outlet of some sort.
Yes, for sure.
Right? You put the music on, put your headphones on, go for a run.
Yeah.
It's great, right?
Yeah.
Or do a class.
And even with the classes, like how I mentioned to you in the beginning, like I have no rhythm whatsoever. And all I had to do was just bounce and I was totally fine. And then eventually I got my rhythm. But for me, I think I like them as well because I didn't have the rhythm. So I didn't really not fit in, so to speak. But
Yes. Yes. But it's
yeah.
also a great supportive community, isn't it?
Oh, so fun. So great. And the ladies, gentlemen, like I've only come across a class with a couple of gentlemen, but like it's such a positive atmosphere. Like it's just, even if you put them on and you just have a great laugh, like I mean, it's like, oh, you tripped or you didn't trip, don't worry. But a lot of people feel like they're gonna fall. I always have
Yes.
that question, like, aren't you gonna fall in there? Like you're so tall. And I'm like, yeah, but it's so thick. Like I mean, it's very safe. It's like a ski
Yes.
boot with a spring on it. Like it's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing I don't think people realize is this shell here is a hard shell. Because one of
Yes.
the things I get all the time is, I'm going to twist my ankle. I'm going to fall over.
Yeah.
It's physically impossible to twist your ankle on these things.
Yeah.
Like I've literally tried to do it,
Yeah.
and I can't. I cannot do it. And as Amy was saying, these are thick. Like look how
They're
wide
so
that base is. It's
yeah.
pretty wide, and you're not gonna tip over.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think people worry, and maybe you can attest to this. Maybe I think people think this is like rollerblades. You know, the rollerblades, and
Yeah.
they're worried about going side to side. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, it's funny. So I have a 5-year-old little boy, Bastion, and he's just getting into rollerblading. So I had put my rollerblades on just literally Friday night for the first time in, oh my gosh, I want to say 12 years, 13 years.
Yeah,
And
I don't
so I
even know
got
where
on
mine
and
are.
I'm like, yeah, no. I'm like, totally different. No, it's not. Like the boot part is the same. Obviously, I feel that that's like a ski boot kind of thing. But yeah, no, totally different. You will not fall on these.
Yeah, no, you will not fall. Now, what would your advice be to someone who's brand new, wanting to try it, but they're a little bit nervous? What would you, as somebody who has been doing it for 3 years, what would your advice be to them, to that newbie that's coming to try them?
Don't give up after the first try. You need to do a couple of classes. It was very, not discouraging, but well, I guess for me it was discouraging because I couldn't pick up on it right away the first class. Like I did a lot of laughing and a lot of like, you're not stable the first little bit, right? So yeah, just don't give up after the first class. Go, keep trying it. There's lots of places or lots of people that rent out the boots.
Yes.
And just have fun with it. Like get comfortable with it. So you have to hold on to a wall or so you have to hold on to something for the first while. We all were there. We've all started somewhere, right? We've all been there. So yeah, just enjoy it, have fun and laugh at the silly things that happen or whatever. For me, maybe TMI, but I'm constantly running back and forth to the bathroom. I'm like, oh, here I go again.
Yeah, that happens.
Right? Like it's just a part of it. I'm like, whatever.
Especially after children.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
So,
especially
but
after
yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's a ton of fun. And that's the thing. It's so much fun. It's like you said, making fitness fun again.
Yes.
And that's what people need to do, is they need to find something that makes it fun. Because if it's not fun and it feels like work, you're not going to do it.
Agreed.
Right?
Agreed. Yeah.
So to everybody who's out there watching, you got to try them. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. We'll help you.
Anytime.
That's right. Well, Amy, I want to thank you so much for joining me today on this episode of What Has Changed Your Life. And keep jumping. I'm so glad you came, and I'm so glad we had this conversation. And to anybody, like I said, out there, if you want to try a pair of Kangoo Jumps, just message me at www.kangooclubkicks.ca. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.